Welcome to my new Blender course. In this step-by-step beginner-friendly series, we'll create this true-to-scale minifigure replica using precision modeling techniques. Now let's dive into part 6, precision modeling the hands. Before we start, let's hide the leg mesh. On the view layer, click here to hide in viewport. On the top view, press Shift+A to add and create a mesh circle. Set vertices to 64 and the radius to 2.44 mm. Press Shift+A to add and create another mesh circle. Set vertices to 64 and the radius to 1.93 mm. Shift-select the first circle and press Ctrl+J to join. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode, Ctrl+E, Bridge Edge Loops, and exit Edit Mode. On Modifiers, add Modifier, Generate, and add a Solidify modifier. Set thickness to 4.32 mm, offset to 0, and apply the modifier. Now press F2 to rename, and rename it hand.r. Let's create the first Boolean mesh to subtract. Press Shift+A to add, and create a mesh plane. Set the size to 2.79 mm, and the Y location to -2 mm. On Modifiers, add Modifier, Generate, and add a Solidify modifier. Set the offset to 0 and apply the modifier. Now press F2 to rename and rename it handsub01. With the mesh selected, press M to move to Collection, click New Collection and rename it handsub. Now uncheck it to exclude it from View Layer. Select the hand, go to Modifiers, add Modifier, Generate and add a Boolean modifier. Set it to Difference, operand type to Object, select the handsub01 and apply both modifiers. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode and change to Perspective View. Enable Vertex Selection, select these two vertices here and press M to merge at last. Use Shift+R to repeat last and merge the remaining vertices. Select these bottom two vertices, press Shift+S to snap, select Cursor to Selected and exit Edit Mode. Now create the Boolean mesh to cut the hand curvature. On the left view, enable X-ray, press Shift+A to add, go to Single Vert, and add Single Vert. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type 2.22, and enter to confirm. Select the bottom vertex, press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type 2.22, and enter to confirm. Select the corner vertex, press Shift+Ctrl+B for vertex bevel, and enter to confirm. Set the width to 2.22 mm and segments to 16. To remove any duplicates, press A to select all and M to merge by distance. Let's extrude these vertices outside the hand mesh so we can use this as a Boolean object. Now press A to select all, F to create a new face, Tab to exit Edit Mode, and Alt+Z to disable X-ray. On Modifiers, add Modifier, Generate, and add a Solidify modifier. Set the offset to 0 and apply the modifier. Now press F2 to rename and rename it handsub02. With the mesh selected, press M to move to Collection and select the handsub collection. Select the hand, go to Modifiers, add Modifier, Generate, and add a Boolean modifier. Set it to Difference, operand type to Object, select the handsub02 and apply both modifiers. Now I'm going to clean some vertices created by the Boolean operation. And to make it easier, I'll clean only half and then mirror the mesh. Go to Perspective Bottom View and press Tab to go to Edit Mode. Enable X-ray, select the right half, press X to delete, and disable X-ray. Now just select two vertices and press M to merge at last. Here I'm trying to preserve the circle curvature, so try to select them last. After cleaning, select this vertex here, press Shift+S to snap, and select Cursor to Selected. Press Tab to exit Edit Mode and go to Modifiers. Add Modifier, Generate, add a Mirror modifier, set Merge Distance to 0.1 mm, and apply the modifier. On the left view, press R to rotate, X to lock the axis, type 17.3, and enter to confirm. Now press Ctrl+A and apply rotation. Let's create the wrist. Press Shift+A to add and create a mesh circle. Set vertices to 32, radius to 2.53 mm divided by 2, add the radius to the Z location, and set the X rotation to 90 degrees. Press Shift plus D to duplicate, Y to lock the axis, type 0.56 and enter to confirm. Select the first circle and go to Modifiers. Add Modifier, Deform, and add a Shrink Wrap modifier. Set Method to Project, exit to Z, select the hand on target, and apply the modifier. Shift select the other circle and press Ctrl plus J to join. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode, Ctrl plus E, and Bridge Edge Loops. Now create the flat part of the wrist. On the top view, select this top fourth vertex from the center and the bottom second one to the left. Now press J to connect vertex path. Repeat the same steps on the other side. Now select all the vertices inside these cuts and press X to delete. Select these two edge loops, press Ctrl plus E and Bridge Edge Loops. To create geometry to connect to the hand, let's create some cuts here. Press Ctrl plus R to create a loop cut, type 9 and enter 2 times to confirm. For the Boolean modifier work properly, we're going to need 2 things. The first one is to move this bottom edge loop a bit inside the hand, and the second one is to fill a face on this loop. Select the loop and enable X-ray. Press G to grab, Y to lock the axis, type -0.1 and enter to confirm. Now press F to create a new face and disable X-ray. On the left view, select this bottom wrist vertex, press Shift plus S to snap and select Cursor to select it. While still in edit mode, press Shift plus A to add and create a mesh circle. Set vertices to 34, radius to 2.16 mm divided by 2, add the radius to the Z location and set the X rotation to 90 degrees. Press F to create a new face, Shift select the wrist loop, press Ctrl plus E and Bridge Edge Loops. Select this face, press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type 5 and enter to confirm. To remove any duplicates, press A to select all, M to merge by distance and set the merge distance to 0.01 mm. Exit edit mode, press F2 to rename and rename it Hand Add 01. With the mesh selected, press M to move to collection, click New Collection and rename it Hand Add. Now uncheck it to exclude it from View Layer. Select the hand, go to Modifiers, Add Modifier, Generate and add a Boolean modifier. Set it to Union, operand type to Object, select the Hand Add 01 and apply both modifiers. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode, M to merge by distance and set the merge distance to 0.01 mm. Now let's clean this mesh like we did on the hand, using Merge at last. Here I'm merging the hand vertices to the wrist, except on these 2 top flat corners to preserve their location. After merging, select this wrist edge loop, press Shift plus S to snap and select Cursor to select it. Now that I have the 3D cursor right where I need it, let's set the mesh origin point. This will help us assign the angle and align it with the arm. Press Tab to exit edit mode, go to Object, Set Origin and select Origin to 3D Cursor. For less, right mouse and select Shade Auto Smooth. Before we align the hand with the arm, let's align all parts with the floor plane. Unhide all body parts, press A to select all and go to the front perspective view. I know that the distance from the hips to the bottom of the feet is 16 mm, so let's move them up. Press G to grab, Z to lock the axis, type 16 and enter to confirm. Now the feet are aligned with the floor plane. The torso height is 12.77 mm, so let's move the head. Select the head, press G to grab, Z to lock the axis, type 12.77 and enter to confirm. To finish this part, let's align the hand with the arm. Select the arm.R, go to Edit Mode and select this inner wrist edge loop. Press Shift plus S to snap and select Cursor to select it. Now exit Edit Mode and select the hand. Press Shift plus S to snap and select Selection to Cursor. Enable X-ray and go to the Transform panel. Set the X rotation to 45.5 degrees, the Y rotation to 5 degrees, and the Z rotation to -6.5 degrees. Press Shift plus T to reset the 3D cursor, Shift plus D to duplicate, S to scale, X to lock the axis, type -1, and enter to confirm. On the Transform panel, invert both Y and Z rotations. Disable X-ray and press Ctrl plus A to apply scale. Now let's fix these inverted normals. Press Tab to go to Edit Mode, A to select all, Shift plus N to recalculate normals, and exit Edit Mode. Now press F2 to rename, and rename it Hand.L. And with that, we've finished part 6. The next one will be part 7, UV Unwrap. If you're still here, it means you are liking the content of this course. This took me a lot of time and planning to make it, so please consider subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it, and leave a comment. It's fast, simple, and most important, it's free. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.